All right. Got her going on, guys. Welcome to Spurgeon Lawn Care's channel. We it's another cold day. I'm filming out in the truck where it's nice and warm. I didn't want to be outside. Kind of spoiled. Been inside where it's nice for a few days. I just wanted to make a quick video and kind of tell you about what's going on up in here. The temperatures got up in the high 30s, and stuff's starting to melt off pretty good. And been inside just editing and working on some video stuff, and I got for the other YouTube channel and for this one, and trying to keep up with all the daily stuff. But I wanted to get on, at least make a video and chat with you for a little bit, and hang out and just kind of talk for a few minutes about if any of you are interested in starting a lawn care business, and maybe you've not sure what route you want to take. I'm a solo guy. I've had a couple of people working with me and stuff, and through the years, it's pretty nice in an aspect of taking a load off. I average, I think this year I've got, close to 100 clients. I don't do them every week. I've got the majority of them's about 80-ish, right around there. But still, that's quite a workload. And I can generally knock a lot out in a day. But I've got commercial equipment. Excuse me, man, life. I run a Ferris, a 52-inch Ferris, and when I start out doing solo, I was working a full-time job. I was working from 7 to 3, and I take with lunch. It was like 7 to 3:30. And when I got off, I would do lawn care into the dark. And as I began to grow and stuff, I focused on being real particular and doing a real nice job, and being on time, not tearing stuff up, doing what I said I'm going to do. And it helped me to grow. And, I focused on reviews. Got started with real good reviews. I think I'm up around 77 maybe right now at the time of this video. Somewhere around 77, I think. 5-star reviews. I've been blessed in that area. And but in the beginning, it was rough. It's a hard job. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I love it. I love doing it, and it makes a world of difference if you love doing what you do. It's kind of like relaxing. When I'm out cutting grass, I like to just put a set of headphones in, maybe some Bluetooth earphones, and I like podcasts, or I'll listen to the audio Bible or music or whatever. And there's something about being outside in nature with the sun beating down on you, man. And there's times of the year you want to just not mess with it when it's really cold. Or in the spring, you're getting rained on, and I've worked in the rain to get done, and I've cut in light rain, and you're soaking wet. But the thing is, it's part of it. You just can't cut on the good days when you got the workload that I've got. You've got to, I can't afford to miss 2 days and not work. I've got to work almost every day to keep up, which is cool. I like that. I like in the wintertime I can kind of relax. I don't have to kill myself out doing snow and that um, because I work so hard through the spring, summer, and fall. Our season here starts around beginning of March to the end of March. Um, um, Usually no later than April 1st, and then generally we'll go with leaves up until December. This year we kind of got hammered with snow uh, here in about the latter part of November. I didn't get done with all the cleanups, which kind of sucked for money. But the thing is, they're going to be there in the spring, and they'll have to be done. But just, it's part of it. You can't sweat. It's like anything else. You plan ahead and make preparation. Uh, but what helped me get going was when I was working two jobs, and I finally quit the job I was at and went full time. Um, they switched my hours. They let me come in from 3 to 11:30, and then I would go home, get some sleep, get up the next morning, up by at least 7 o'clock moving, so I could be done by and clothes change and everything by the time I had to be at the second job by 3:30. But I did that for a long time. But what that helped me, uh, until I had enough lawn clients and some good equipment. Because I'm gonna be honest, when I first started, I tried to buy used stuff, and it just would break down. It never failed, man. You get to the job, get started, and something would break. I just got tired of working on it. So I invested in new equipment. And what sucks about new equipment's that payment. That's got to be paid every month. Um, the one is $270 some a month. It used to be the last one was 207. Um, and you're paying on that stuff for five years at that. Then Ferris's, on average you're looking at about 10 grand or more now for a brand new Ferris, a 52 inch, and a walk behind generally about 10 to 12. Um, they're durable. This year the newest one I got, um, still under warranty. The motor, they had to put a new motor on it. I'm thinking, what? But thank God, that it was under warranty, because you're talking about $4,000 to $5,000 for a new motor. I think I could be off a little bit, so don't hold me to it. But um, my old one, that the sister to it, I've gotten it. The motor's out on it, but it had a lot of hours on it. But I ended up I switched over to that better equipment. It's one thing I like about the Ferris. I'm not familiar with the Skag or the. I had a John Deere walk behind, which was super good on hills. That thing would climb a hill on. I don't even know what to tell you about the incline. If you could walk it, it would go up it. I'll just put it that way. Now the problem with the walk behind Ferris's, um, they're rear end heavy. Even walking behind them, getting off the sulky, because there ain't no way I'm gonna get on a hill with that Velke or a sulky, or whatever you want to call it, because that thing will flip over on you. I've had the one stand on 52 inch Ferris upside down on fire. It went going up a hill, up and down a hill, and it was a little hill. Been up it 100 times. The problem was somebody dumped they had some kind of slip and slide deal going on. They dumped a bunch of water. I didn't know it, and I come around to go up and start cutting, and couldn't tell. It was little dew on the ground. But when I went to go up the hill, it ended up um, going up about halfway and wouldn't go up. So I went to let it come down, and it flipped over on me. End for end, threw me off the back of it between some trees. I didn't hit the trees, which was a blessing, But I look over there. I'm still paying on this mower, right? And that thing's, it's it's got the oil tank is separate. Than the oil ain't actually in the motor. It puts it through it when it don't actually set in the motor like the traditional mowers do, motors. But anyway, when it turned upside down, that oil, what was in it at that time, flowing through it, the oil cooler, was in going into the muffler, and with that muffler being hot, it ignited it. So, so I'm over there trying to get that mower put out, and then once I got it, got it out, got it off, I ended up, I was able to take the old John Deere walk behind I had, Old Faithful, and I hooked to it, and was able to pull it out of the backyard because there's no way of getting in there, with with the truck and trailer. Got it loaded up, and took it home and let it set, and everything kind of chill out. Get all the oil back where it goes, and the hydro pumps and everything. The next day I started that baby up, and it run for another 2 years. But it was like, it was crazy. But I've had some experiences. And that's one thing, if you're going to be doing lawn care, you've got to be on your toes. Also if you're run a walk behind, because they're dangerous. People's got their toes cut off with them babies. The one I've got, I've had to, it's a grip. It ain't the stand-on's lever. The 52-inch walk behind I've got's got handle grips. And, one of the linkages come apart on it. And it started spinning in circles on me on top of a hill. I'm on top of this thing trying to get it turned off. And because once I went down a hill, there's about a 10-foot drop off where all their new cars and stuff set, and I'm thinking, oh my God, if this thing, first, you're worried about getting hurt. You're still, you don't want to lose your mower, but then if it hits the cars, then you got another problem. And so I jumped on that baby and got it off, and a guy helped me push it on the trailer, and I took it in, and all it was the linkage come apart. And this is something so simple. They tell you in the manufacturer book and stuff, they give you to, use WD-40 and oil all that stuff. But who'd have thought that thing wasn't that old? It hardly ever use it. And now all of a sudden it just breaks. You gotta be prepared, man, for the, and you always want to have money put aside just in case. Like the other day, my original blower went out, and you probably seen the video on here where I went and had to buy one. That baby's almost $600, man, just for a backpack blower. And it averages out. It cost me around $80 for the life of it. I think it was like $80 a year or something. Yeah, I think it was. Or yeah. Well, yeah, somewhere around about $100 a month or a year. That thing will cost me by the time you have to replace it. But you just can't do certain things without it to make it easy. I do leaf cleanups, and I usually blow my leaves and mulch them. Up in the yard, I don't remove them and take them. One of my buddies, they do lawn care. They actually blow them up and suck them up, and then haul them off. And I don't know which way is better. I just like the way I do it. And I show up weekly and mulch the leaves, and then at the end of the season, the yard looks good. But the big thing is, you remember, if you're wanting to start, doing lawn care, the best thing you can do is just go do it. There's don't let nothing stop you. If you get 1 yard, hey, that's 1 yard you didn't have. Everybody has to start someplace. You and everybody's got different pricing and stuff. And the thing is, how long is that yard gonna take you? You know, and then you take that hour or whatever that yard is, and you figure out how much gas did I use, which ain't much. How much to get there? How much oil did I? How much did my oil cost? My maintenance. You figure all this little stuff in, and the bigger you get, it's spread out more. You're gonna use more gas. I average in my truck and vehicle in the summer with the amount of work I'm doing. I average probably about. I've been upward to almost $100 a day in gas. Where we are too, it got crazy high. We're in Illinois, and stuff's high here anyway. But the thing is, I love it. It's good. It's a good occupation to get into, but just know, you'll battle the elements. Keep track. Watch the windows. Watch the vehicles, and you'll be all right. And but I want to encourage you. I've got people around here cutting grass on a old, just regular lawnmower. You can go to buy at Home Depot. They're only doing a couple yards, but hey, they get on that mower right across town, do a 1 or 2 yards. It's something they're using at their home anyway. It's already something they've got. Start with whatever you have, upgrade as soon as you can, and just enjoy life. But hey, I hope you're having a blessed day, and enjoying this video. Reach out to me and let me know if you enjoyed the video, and that. And I'll try to make some other videos where we're talking about, the lawn business a little bit, what to expect, how you handle dealing with people that you try to hire as employees or whatever, because that's what to do when things get tough, and we could talk about some of that stuff, down the road, and that, especially through the winter. And when spring hits, I'll be doing more of the cutting. You'll see me cutting and narrating. Somebody that inspired me was Geek the Freak. I used to sit and just love to watch his, and I still do, love to watch his videos. I want to give him a shout out. If he ever sees us, love you, man. I appreciate you. He was your inspiration to me, and you always have been. I hadn't. I know you're not too far away, but if it wasn't for your videos, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. My grandson loves watching your videos also, and it's kind of like, it's cool, He's in there right now. He's not watching a lawn visit video. He's watching a gal that's farming, her and her husband, and she's riding in the tractor going down the road and with the silage and stuff, and it's cool. That's what I love about YouTube, man. But hey, be safe. Remember, Jesus loves you, and I'm hoping the best for you. Amen. Talk to you later.